Sellers are giving up the loot. This is the weekly report on Major Money Matters. Welcome to Major Money Matters. My name is Major. I'm the host of Major Money Matters. I'm a mortgage broker powered by Edge Home Finance, and this is the weekly report where we talk about what's going on economically and how it could be affecting your home buying or your home selling process. All right, first let's talk about the charts. And I gotta tell you, this is ugly. All right, so you know, if you follow this channel, as this chart is trending down, interest rate is going up. As this chart is trending up, interest rates are going down. Mortgage interest rates, that is. And you see this downward trend for the last 12 consecutive days. Interest rates have gotten worse. Why? The debt ceiling and the conversations around the debt ceiling. Now, breaking news, we think Congress and the president has come to an agreement on the debt ceiling. Be sure to catch my other video that we're launching that talks about a simplified explanation of what this is and what this actually means. But because of this, interest rates have progressively gotten worse. We are hoping that this turns around next week and things start turning around and we start heading back in the other direction. But we'll throw this graphic up. This is from Mortgage News Daily, just to give you average interest rates across all buyers, conventional conforming rates above 7. Again, sorry for the bad news. VA, FHA rates are in the mid to high 6s or so. So it's not looking good, but we're hoping things turn around, like I said, on next week. All right, straight to our headline story here. 2 out of 5 sellers are actually giving concessions to help buyers move into homes. Now, it's important that you understand the perspective of sellers right now in this market. Most of them want to sell their homes and then move into another home. A seller usually doesn't sell to go rent. Okay, so a seller is selling a home to move to a different area or something like that. During the summer season, it's a time where most people move. So those sellers want to sell their homes, get that money, and then move on to another property. So they're giving concessions right now. According to Redfin, 2 out of 5 sellers are actually giving concessions to help buyers move into their homes. Why? Because of the higher interest rates. So it could be an opportunity for you to get into a home where the interest rates are being higher. Does not really affect you right now because the seller is going to help you buy down that interest rate or pay your closing costs, and you can further refinance when interest rates actually drop. And let's talk about where people are giving the most concessions. The most concessions, according to this report, are the city with the most concessions, or when we say concessions, that's real estate speak for money coming from the seller to help the buyer. Okay, so most states, the city with the most concessions are Phoenix, San Diego, Las Vegas, Denver, and Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay, so those are the states where you're seeing the highest amount of concessions. And then the lowest amounts of concessions are cities like San Jose, New York, Philadelphia, and where we do a lot of work, San Antonio, Texas. Now, even that being one of the lower cities where people are getting concessions, they're seeing 37% of transactions actually are getting concessions to help pay closing costs or pay down the interest rate. So it's actually helping out buyers a lot in this market. You have a lot of motivated sellers right now. That's going to trend off in the fall when people are settled into their home again. So there is a small window where you can take advantage of this and get the seller to help pay your closing costs or help buy down your interest rate. Zillow is now super bullish on particular markets. Now listen, back in December, I told you that this market could see the appreciation that nobody else sees coming, or you could see the housing boom that no one else sees coming. And despite higher interest rates, you're still seeing home prices up. In fact, back in November of 2022, Zillow was projecting that home prices would go down 1.1% over the next year. Now they have changed their tone and they're saying between April of 2022 and April of 2023, they're expecting home prices to go up significantly in some markets. So check this out. Among the 400 largest housing markets, Zillow expects only 10 markets to see a decrease. They expect 390 regional housing markets to see an increase. 150 markets will rise by 4%, another 203 by 4 to 6.9%, and 37 housing markets will be up 7% plus. And take a look at this chart, man. There are some really, really good numbers or really good projections for certain markets. Take a look at the Houston area and the Dallas area. A lot of green around that area, which means they're projecting for those home prices to continue to increase. If you're in Florida, buy a house anyplace. Your house is basically projected to go up in value. And Southern California area, you're expected to see significant increases in those areas, also above 7% year to year. So it's pretty good news if you're buying a house in those areas. Despite all of that information with seller concessions and the projections on home appreciation increasing, there's some disheartening news coming out on a survey that was given to renters. And 70% of them say that they do not expect to pursue buying within the next year. And I want to give some reasons why they say this. And this is really a plea to real estate agents to help educate people, other lenders, help educate people about home ownership and the power behind it. And here's some reasons that they give for the reasons why they say they are not going to pursue home ownership. They don't, number one is they don't, most of the respondents said they don't have enough savings for a down payment, okay? Well, that's not a valid reason because we have down payment assistance programs. If you're a veteran, you qualify with 0% down. USDA areas, you qualify with 0% down. It's just that people are not educated about this. So that's one thing that we need to help educate people about. They don't think they would qualify for a mortgage. They don't think they would qualify for a mortgage. Not that they don't qualify, they don't even know. So they haven't talked to anybody. They haven't gotten some real concrete facts. They haven't got a plan put together, but they don't think they would qualify for a mortgage. Therefore, we need to help educate these people. Lastly, interest rates are too high, okay? Compared to what, okay? Usually with these higher interest rates, depending on your purchase price, you might be seeing a monthly payment that's $150, $200 a month higher, okay? Some cases you're seeing the seller, as in our previous highlight, we're seeing the seller help pay down that interest rate or buy down those interest rate and help you pay closing costs and stuff like that, okay? Interest rates are around 7%, but the interest rate on rent is 100%. You don't get any tax deductions for that. You never see that money again. So it's always advantageous to buy versus rent. And we need to help educate people and tell people about these differences, these opportunities that exist in buying a house. So if you're a realtor out there, can help connect them with a lender that can help put them on a path to home ownership. All right, all things being said, rates are higher. You know, we have a lot of things going on in the market. Hopefully things get better, but there's still some great opportunities out there. And we'll talk about those more next week. See you next time on Major Money Matters.